Good morning, YouTubers, friends, followers, subscribers, lovers, haters, chicken chasers, and Trevorites. Thank you all very much for deciding to come on and watch my morning video. But if you're watching this and you have not yet subscribed, why not? It's free! Well, it is free, isn't it? It's Saturday morning, yes. My dog and son have gone. They've gone back to their mother. There we go. Yes. What a sad day for me. Have to find something to do now, won't I? Yes. But I'll not be watching Match of the Day, will I? No, Gary Lineker has decided to step back from it because he will not issue an apology. And you know what? See, whatever you think of Gary Lineker, he stands by what he has said. Yes, he said, yes, I meant it. I said it, I meant it, it's my opinion, I'm allowed to have an opinion. And you know what, people? He is allowed to have an opinion. Now, there's Jeremy Clarkson said stuff a while ago, didn't he? But his was about flogging someone naked up the street. Different words, different, you know what I mean? So, now it seems that saying stuff, see if someone says something and it upsets you, then get off that platform. Do not use social media. Social media used to be a fun place. I had this chat with my mother the other night. And I remember the other night, I said to my mum, do you remember you used to have little funny things with my Uncle Andrew and stuff? And you used to have, you were able to say things to each other on Facebook, like, oh, go and boil your head. Go ahead, Auntie Joe. Things like that. A bit of funny things. Now Facebook bans you from speaking to your family members like that because the people in charge of social media are pricks. They employ the worst people in society, including YouTube. They employ the worst people in society. The underachievers, the non-achievers, the no life experience people to sit there and to think about what you've said. But does that offend me? Oh, maybe let's put restrictions on them. And that's where we are today on social media. Yeah. I watched, for those of you that keep sending me the link, I did watch the Royal Griff's video. And it is absolutely shameful. And I do think it's probably illegal. And we will get to the bottom of it. The longer, I'm going to be honest, the longer my restrictions happen on YouTube, the better it is for my case. Because I now know for a fact that in what I could read, what I got sent as a DSAR, they said that I had threatened, ready? I had threatened, this is what they said. I had threatened to strangle Meghan. And that did not happen. That did not happen. I know it didn't happen. And I know the conversation. Whereas I was having a conversation with Tea and Therapy. And she said to me during a live video, what would you do, Trevor, if she was your sister? Right? Now, here's the thing. Look at the context. Now, for me saying if she was my sister, I'd grip her. I'd grab her by the throat. I'd grip her. That's not threatening to strangle somebody. It's not. So whenever you have people in charge looking at things and going, he threatened. No, he didn't. And any lawyer in the country would say, you're right, Mr. Colt. So that's one of the reasons why YouTube have taken me down. And the other one was, allegedly, Mr. Boozy cut and said I had threatened to shoot him. And that did not happen because the video involved Sue Smith and different people on that video. And that video was about people carrying guns where she lives, where she was dangerous. And I said she should buy a gun for her own house. So when people break in, she gets to shoot them first. Exactly. And that was taken out of context. So a lot of the issues that YouTube have with me were the fact that people have lied about my contacts and tried to manipulate it to suit their agenda. So I'm going to have a field day when the time is right, when the Information Commissioner's Office sends me back the details that I have requested, and he's helping me. Anyway, back to Match of the Day. Gary Lineker's not doing it. Ian Wright and Alan Shearer have stood up in solidarity and said, well, we'll not be doing it either then. Jeremy and Janice has said, I'll not be doing it either. Micah Richards said he'll not be doing it either. Alex Scott, the female, I'll not be doing it either. So all the footballers are standing by him. And I heard today that even when they try and interview footballers today for Match of the Day, they're going to say no thanks, no comment and walk off. They're all standing by Gary Lineker. Now, the thing is, that shows you that they stand together united in the Premier League, and it puts two fingers up to the BBC and to the woke society. Do I agree with what Gary said? No. However, I agree that he should have the right to have his own opinion without people trying to cancel him. They tried to do it with Jeremy Clarkson. They've done it to too many people. It's about time we stood up to it and said, no, if my words offend you, then that's your problem, not my problem. Maybe we need to start looking at things differently. Oh, God. And now the United Kingdom, the Prime Minister has pledged. Can you use the word pledged? I think Amber Heard ruined that word pledged, didn't you? Pledge means not going to do it. So let's use it that we can't use the word pledge anymore because Amber's ruined that. She's destroyed it. It's a bit like Hitler has destroyed the boy's name as Adolf. You can't use them. Certain things you can't use anymore. So, weird, isn't it? So, Britain has pledged to give France £500 million to help them build a retention centre in France. Really? I'm going to be honest. My plan of putting homeless veterans into Connacht barracks in Dover and using the veterans to police our borders would have been cheaper and more effective. But there we go. We have the wrong government in charge. I'm not saying Labour's any better. I don't like any of them. There we go. There's breaking news this morning with King Charles. Listen to this. King Charles has refused to sign off a bill handed into the Privy paymasters, where Prince Andrew was charging the Privy Purse £32,000 a year for his own personal Indian healer guru, who would come across. This guru would come across and spend a month with Andrew, living with Andrew, and he was his spiritual guidance. He was charging. Andrew handed in the bill to the Privy Purse as if it would be stamped off with no words. Charles just went, no, pay for it yourself. It's for you. That's a bit like politicians. No, it's not expenses. Pay for it yourself. It's for you. Well done to him. And a retired colonel, listen to this here. There's a retired colonel who was, listen to this, the deputy, let me get this right, the deputy director of the COVID task force. Retired colonel now. He is under investigation for claiming allowances to help cover the cost of his 3 children in private school at £75,000 a year. Now, I'm no genius, but I know how the rank structure works. And I would like to point out that if you're a colonel, you don't even earn enough money to cover £75,000 a year for your children. And I'll tell you why. If you're paying £75,000 a year for your children in private school and you're only the rank of a colonel, you've also got your electricity, your heating, your wardrobe, your lifestyle. That means you're earning, in my opinion, your wages don't cover your lifestyle. So you probably were, in my opinion, carrying out fraudulent activities on behalf of the taxpayer, on behalf of yourself, toward the taxpayer, I'd say. Yeah. But I'm going to end on a good note right now to cheer you all up. It is my honour and privilege to let you all know now that Prince Edward and Sophie have now been bestowed of the titles of the Duke of Edinburgh and the Duchess of Edinburgh to carry on the work of his father. Well done to them. 2 worthy people that I think will do the Duke of Edinburgh a massive favour. They'll lift it, they'll carry it, they'll carry the torch. He's got big shoes to fill. But you know what? I think he'll fill them. Well done to them. Congratulations. Good to have some good news, isn't it? Right. I will be on here live on Sunday night again at 7 p.m. Do I have a guest yet? No. It's just going to be me by myself. Thanks to everyone, by the way, that tuned in last night to listen to my father talking about his time in the prison service. There's loads of things he never got to discuss, and there will be a part 2. So I will arrange that, and we'll get that done. Let me know in the comments. So if you want it to be a Sunday down the line, or you want it to be on a Friday night again, it's up to you. I think Friday nights you like to relax, so I'll leave it for the comments for you to work out. But please keep checking to make sure you are subscribed, because I've noticed this morning another 150 people have disappeared. Is that a YouTube algorithm? I'm not sure. Do I trust YouTube? Next question. But it's all good. And thanks to those of you who know I'm never going to get anywhere with YouTube. We're just going to keep growing and growing and growing. And thanks to those that do support me with the PayPal. That's amazing. But let's keep going. Let's keep moving in the direction. Direction towards the asteroid that's going to come and hit us in 2043, allegedly. Let's keep going towards there and hopefully knock it out the sky. Have a great day, everyone. Stay away from Match of the Day. Don't watch the BBC. Don't read The Sun. And stay away from Hostage and a Hammer.